God says, and it's on your behalf. And that you should use this as the means to contemplate the consequence of wavering or delaying, and as a result, being left behind. You would be hard-pressed to apply this to the Exodus, because of those to whom Yahweh revealed these words and Moshe wrote them down, only 2 of 600,000 would make it into the promised land, would complete the journey. 2. Yosha, Ben Nun, and Caleb. They were it. And so again, this is prophetic. God wants you to contemplate the consequence of you wavering at this time. If you're a Yehud, a Israelite, you and your people before you have gone 3,400 years without acknowledging the name of Yahweh, and 3,000 years without acknowledging the sacrifice of your king, Dod. You don't have any more time. If you continue to waver and delay, you will be left behind. And you don't want to be left behind on Shabuah, because Shabuah is, according to the prophet Yeshayah, who knows what he's talking about, Isaiah, is the beginning of the time of Jacob's troubles. And you think it's bad now, and it really is. The whole world has turned against Israel. The Muslims are up in arms. They smell blood in the water. And Israel now is in favor of an insane plan to relocate 2 million malcontent Muslims who are murderous and who only want one thing, which is to annihilate Jews and eradicate Israel, and move them out of where they can be quarantined and into Egypt and Jordan, where they will be armed to the hilt, where they will metastasize, where there will now be 3 or 4 million jihadists invading Israel as a result of this move, if it were to transpire, as opposed to the 3,000 on 10/7. Suicide Israel. And to make this happen, wait and see. The condition for it to occur will be the 2-state dissolution, whereby the heart of the land of Israel is given to these terrorist Muslims, which will start World War III, just as Neville Chamberlain's gift of Czechoslovakia started World War II. You don't want to be there when this happens. It's going to be very difficult to survive as a Jew. The prophet Yoel says it's going to be the most horrendous time in human history, unlike anything that has transpired before, and that would include the Holocaust. You don't want to miss this harvest, which we calculate to be the Shabuah. 7 years, because Shabuah means sevens, and Dotoloso, before his return in year 6,000 Yah, which is on October 2nd, 2033. You don't want to be left behind. But even if you are, this legacy will remain online for you to read, to you to listen to, and you will have one more opportunity, that of Teruah, which you're going to have to do some head scratching to figure that one out, because based upon your rabbis, you have replaced Teruah, which means heralds, with Rosh Hashanah, the Babylonian New Year, becoming your high holy day. And you've been hoodwinked into believing that it's Yom Kippur rather than Yom Kippurim, and that it is a day of atonement and of self-sacrifice, of twirling chickens over your head, as opposed to the day of reconciliations. And you're clueless as to who your returning Messiah is. And so you've got a lot to catch up on and learn and unlearn if you're going to prevail after the Shavuot harvest. Fortunately, there will be a pair of witnesses in the last 3.5 years, Yada and Elia. Yada means to know. Elia, Yahweh is God.